Hey friends, we're out here today in Zurich, Switzerland. We've come out to the FIFA Museum, the home of football. It says on the building 211 cultures and one game. We're doing this on a little bit of a whim because we completely forgot that this was here. We walked past it yesterday and we've decided, actually, yeah, we're going to go for it. I believe it's 24 franc per person, which equates to about £22, just shy of, per person, per adult. Obviously a little bit less for children. We don't know too much about what we're going to see, what we're going to hear inside, but I'm sure we'll find it out. Looks like a pretty cool building actually. A little bit of a miniature skyscraper of sorts anyway. So we're going to go inside, see what we find out, and just have a good time learning the history of football, or soccer to you Yanks. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. If you do enjoy the video throughout, give us a thumbs up. Do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot. It'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. Let's play. So we're going to take a look inside the FIFA Museum, learn the history of football. There is a special exhibition on at the moment from the 10th of February to the 26th of March. That will be finished by the time the video comes out. So we've been told we have to put our bags in a locker. And we've got kind of like a proper locker system in here, and we can pick who we want.
Someone's got Pele, that's the only one I've ever heard of.
Very cool. So we've got lockers named to famous players throughout history. So we got Raul. Let's see if there's any that we really recognise. Keegan, Cristiano Ronaldo, Pele, Robbie Keane. Down here we chose Suarez ourselves. You got Lineker in there, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Beckham was in here, some Beckham's there, yeah. So you've got quite the selection. So one of the first things we have here is a little bit of a history of FIFA. The origins of it, the members, sort of when they went in and when they went out. So it talks here about the FA is founded at the Freemasons Tavern in 1863. That is in Great Queen Street in London. And then it gives you a little bit of a history walkthrough of all of it. Shows you as the members go in. So all of these members joined in 1904, 1905, 6, all through to 1916. You see people beginning to exit with England, Scotland, Ireland and Wales exiting in 1920 and then going back in 1924. Also gives you a little bit of a history of some of the World Cup winners, as well as like here you've got the Olympic football tournaments, Uruguay 1930, France 1938, etc. It just goes through the history and what each of these dates means, the significance of each of these days. Of course, our only win so far in 1966, the English football team. And then we've got little models of the World Cup trophies and all of the trophies that are associated with FIFA as a whole, how much they've changed throughout the history. And this goes all the way up to the modern day with Argentina winning the Qatar World Cup last year, and then the FIFA Women's World Cup, which is going to take place in Australia and New Zealand in 2023.
It looks like they've run out of space.
Yeah.
They've just squished it onto the hand.
We're kind of... There's not a lot going on in the late 2000s here, or the late 2010s should I say, but obviously there's tons going on down this end in the 90s, the 80s, and times like that. So you do have a lot going on, and then it's given you a little bit of history for each of them. Apologies for the waviness of the lights there, and that is presented to you in a few different languages. The official World Cup film is produced in colour, and the television broadcast uses action replays for the first time. That was when England won in '66. So it's quite a cool walk through history. Screens all around. And then you've got this really cool design in the centre that will take you inside now. In here we've got the national team shirt for each of the members of the Football Association. So they're all their native shirts. And also they're all obviously grouped to the relevant colour, or as close as possible as they can be. So it's quite cool to have all of these nations represented here. So you do have these cool glass lifts at the end. We've got, as I said, these TVs that are showing a continuous loop of a film. Pretty cool. And then we can take the stairs down. We're able-bodied, so we're going to take the stairs.
Ooh, that's a lot of stairs.
But it is a lot of stairs, as Becky said. And now we're going into an exhibit on the foundations of FIFA. Choose your language, English. So this is going to say, let's find a member state. So we're actually in Switzerland at the moment, but we're going to go to England, and it'll tell you who the coach is at the moment. A little bit of history on that member themselves and where we're ranked in the world. So how many wins, draws, defeats, and total number of international matches we've had. So England have been defeated 195 times. We've had 249 draws, 592 wins, a total of 1,036 matches, international matches. So then we go over to the US of A. So you've got Greg Berhalter. They've had 742 matches, 257 of them defeated, 325 won, 160 draws. So it's quite good. It's all mirrored, so it's very strange. But we're seeing some of the original artifacts that you would have had, let's say. So the rule book. You got a cap that's awarded to Billy Meredith in Wales in 1895. And that would be why you get a cap for your team. Every time you play a game for the international team, you are getting a cap, because actually you did physically get a cap way back when, which is pretty cool. And then just here you've got some medals that have been won from FIFA tournaments around the world. So you've got the Under-20s World Cup, Under-17s. You've got Costa Rica, which is the Women's World Cup, Confederations Cup. So you've got all sorts of these tournament medals. And then an actual replica trophy from the 1930s. The FIFA World Cup Gallery. So this is a bit of a history tour. The World Cup itself. as well as if you zoom in here, a bit difficult to see, but champions, and then you see the names of the countries have been engraved on there. 2022 in Argentina, France in 2018, Deutschland 2014, España 2010, and then this is the Women's World Cup trophy, introduced slightly later, so you've got less names actually adorning. So just here we've got a selfie pod. So what we can do on this selfie pod, obviously big language, I'm going to pick English because that's what we speak, and you look at these World Cup stadiums. So you can be 2018 World Cup in Moscow, 2014 in Rio, 1994 in Pasadena, US, the 1970 World Cup in Mexico City, or the 66 World Cup. So let's choose that one. We get in position, and then it takes your picture. So I'll put our picture in of that now. So that's quite a cool kind of feature here. It's quite interactive. You've got the green screen behind you to take your pictures. And then you can go around the other side here, and then you send them to your email. So it's pretty cool that you can take these. So we took a couple of them. We took an England one, and we took one in Rio de Janeiro as well. So we've got another interactive element here where we can be a ref for a few moments. We watch some clips. We choose the outcome of what we think the result should be based on the clip that we see, and then we'll see the whole clip played out once we've chosen an answer. Let's see if we got this one correct. So we said this would be a corner kick, and obviously it's all played out too quickly for us, to be honest. So, that he actually handballed that.
I told you it was goal kick. I said that.
We weren't good at that one. So here we've got the FIFA World Cup gallery, going through all of the World Cups throughout the years. Full history of all the World Cups, where they were hosted. And then some artifacts from each of those who were in the final. So this is going through the men's one, all the way through the start. So now we're at 1982, 86, 90, 4, 98, 02, 06, 10, 14, 18, and then ending in Qatar. So that one hasn't been there yet. They've got a sign here saying, please bear with us while we are creating a new display to enhance your experience. So they're going to be doing that soon. They've got little artifacts here from that World Cup. So some of the confetti at the end, the boots worn by Croatia's Ivan Perisic against England. You've got some gloves there, a tie by the Belgian coach. So on the other side, we've got some artifacts from the Women's World Cup. So it starts in 1991, we've got 95, 99, 2003, 2007, 2011, 15, and 19. As we said, there haven't been too many of the Women's World Cup games played, so we've got a far smaller display, but obviously the last winners back in 2019 were the USA in the final against Netherlands. Here you've got some of the mascots. And then you've got a model of one of the stadiums here. Very cool. Do have even more mascots at the time. You can do some dances. And then over here you've got chairs from throughout the world. So you can sit on chairs that have been brought in from Cape Town. You can have Yokohama, you can have St. Petersburg, Salvador, Johannesburg. Becky sat on Johannesburg. Tons and tons of cool artifacts around here. One of the interesting facts that we were reading just a second ago was about the trophy, the actual trophy itself, and we were being told that essentially when a country wins the trophy, they're presented with the real one, and then at the end of the tournament that trophy is taken back to FIFA, and then the country itself is presented with a replica one that they can then take back to their country and they can put on display and, you know, have people see it in the public. So they're never actually really in possession of the actual trophy for too long, just for that short period of time just after they win it, and then they've got a replica trophy going forward, which is quite interesting. So here we've actually got a couple more seats, and these are 2 original seats from Wembley Stadium. So these would have been in there in 1966, and obviously Wembley Stadium has been knocked down and rebuilt since then. It does look quite different, and these are definitely not the seats that are in there anymore. In the next gallery we've got an overview of the other tournaments that FIFA have since organised. The under 20s, the under 17s and things like that. So it gives people ever increasing opportunities to become part of the senior games. Obviously if you've played and won the FIFA under 20s, you're more likely to go on to actually play in the full tournament itself. So you see tons more, and then you've also got the Olympic football tournaments medals as well. So these are from London 2012, you got Atlanta 1996, and then you've got a youth medal there from 2014. So it's quite cool how you see these different medals. So just in here we've got a full cinema in the round that goes through various clips from all the World Cups throughout time. This is an ever-repeating loop, so the next one's going to start in just a second. Just as we enter the cinema we have got these ear protection devices. So, you know, if you're prone to sensory issues, you have got these ear protectors.
She's like this, but somehow she find a way to pinch.
So we've come up to the top floor. That's where we were previously, and then we took the stairs down, and then we come all the way up from the bottom there. Shaping the game in the face of marginalisation and decades of bans, women's football has demonstrated a remarkable resilience. Milestones in both the near and distant past show the game's exponential growth and the challenges to overcome. Denmark lifting the trophy in 1971. Oh wow, that's quite the...
It's quite the number 4.
Wow.
Is it a 4?
Yeah, I mean...
Handmade 4.
And the most recent one with the USA winning the World Cup in 2019. So here we've got exhibition about play and society. So it's talking about how rules and regulations and those people that are in charge of regulating football have essentially turned it from a casual pastime into a global phenomenon. They estimate that 5 billion people are football fans. Now, some of these artifacts are cool, but I don't quite understand all of why we've got this. Black Panther mask. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is famed for donning superhero masks to celebrate goals. A Black Panther mask is a regular nod to his home nation, Gabon, and the national team, the Panthers. When leading actor Chadwick Boseman tragically passed away, Aubameyang paid tribute on the pitch with a Wakanda Forever salute. Ah, okay, that's cool. So these are hints throughout popular cultural society and what it means nowadays. And we can look at each of these through the screen. We can see, so we take a look at England. What have we got for England? We've got boots. Black Lives Matter boots. Alexander Arnold, Liverpool player. Boots that say Black Lives Matter on them, and you can see these boots up here on the side, so he has signed those Under Armour boots. So it's quite cool that you've got all these artifacts on display here in the museum. What kind of a fan are you? So you can decide which you are. You're a season ticket holder who never misses a match. You're somebody who always pits club before country. You focus on data analysis. You know everything there is about the game. You enjoy the community aspect. You post views and match reactions on social media.
So I've gone for.
So Becky's gone for socialising. So we're going to start at the start here, and then you move on to your first memory. Playing as a kid, meeting a footballer, watching a game on TV, trading player cards, going to the stadium, or getting a jersey as a gift. Then we move on to your shirt number. Which shirt number would you be? Modern icons or retro legends? Let's see who we've got here. Match day rituals. So wearing your team scarf or hat, sitting in the same armchair, having the same pre-match meal, wearing your lucky shirt, watching with the same people, or taking the same route to the stadium, and then watching style. Do you sing the chants? Do you wave a flag or scarf? Are you a lone wolf? Do you talk tactics? Eyes closed during penalties, constantly checking the stats? Love the underdog? Waiting for a win for ages. And then you decide that will come out whether you are Messi or Ronaldo. So here you can scan your ticket to start playing. You scan the QR code on your ticket to register. Scan it at each station to activate it and collect points. You begin with stations 1 to 5 and then you play station 6 last. So we're going to scan our QR code underneath. English. That's me. Going for.
Oh, I know.
So in here we've got some games that we can play. We've got to do the first 5 of them before using all of our balls to get to number 6. So we're starting on number 2 because there's a lot of people that are at number 1. So where's Becky getting it? Oh, she's getting it in the second round there. 10,000 points she got. And she's got another one. Oh, crikey. Being pushed out of the way. She's really determined to get it up to the top. No, that was the... I'm going to say that's 5,000 points. So we scan our barcode and then we've got to get it onto the orange target through the power of the kick essentially. Oh, that was so good.
Done.
So good.
Go for a hat trick.
I can't do a hat trick, I don't think so.
Is that 2 in a row?
Yeah.
Come on, Priya.
Too powerful.
Oh no. It's going so well.
5,000 points. Not too bad. I did pretty good there. Moves around a lot.
Wow, well done.
Extra balls.
5.
It's making me sweat this. That interactive section over there with the balls, playing the 5 games and then you get to the final pinball game there was absolutely incredible. As you can tell, like, I am short of breath right now and I'm exhausted, but that was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. I think Becky and I together, we got 190 something on our first go together, and then I did it kind of on my own. Becky helped a little bit on the second one, and I got, I think, up to 360,000. I think having 2 people in there was more detrimental than having just myself in there, because you're kind of like, oh, I'll leave it to that person to get that one, and then if they miss as well, etc. But my goodness, that was a lot of fun. Very happy with that. So just here we've got footballs from around the world, sort of like handmade footballs from all of these places across the world. Pretty cool to see. Also quite sad to see as well, in a way. But the effect is quite good here with the mirror effect, just down there. So eFootball is the new tournament that's bringing together FIFA players, clubs and nations from around the globe, it says here, essentially playing it on consoles. So we've got some of the limited edition controllers here. Here's the FIFA World Cup trophy, and then you've got the Nations Cup and the Champions Trophy just there. That's the Champions Trophy Cup controller. It's quite cool. So this next exhibit here, we're showing you kind of how football games are in the everyday world. So little games that kids would play, or even adults, to be fair. I'm sure there's a lot of adults that would have played something like this. 1930, so you probably would have had one of these kicking around during the war, give you something to do during the blackouts maybe.
But you can't, except for you can't see it.
Except for you can't see it, yeah, so that's part of the problem as well. But yeah, these are like really cool games, and it's like the evolution. So there we see the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Commodore 64, the Atari 2600, and then that's sort of going backwards slightly. But as we go around the corner here, we see the full evolution of it with the World Cup 98 on the PlayStation 1. You see the graphics of this, sponsored by Snickers, France versus Germany here. And then you've got it on the PlayStation 2. Nice PS2 Slim there. Senegal versus Switzerland are playing at the moment. And then we move on to the Xbox 360 with the FIFA 2010 World Cup South Africa game. Graphics have obviously improved. And then just here we've got PlayStation 4s in action, which is pretty cool. And eFootball, which is the new thing. So we go up to exit for some reason to the shop, bistro and terrace. And then in here we have the shop, so you can get your top personalised. You can have a World Cup personalised as well there. Cool. We've also got a small little bistro here where you can get some snacks and hot drinks as well, which is pretty good. And then just outside here we've got a small terrace as well where you can bring your hot drink, overlooking the train station and the outdoor area. There is some more seating inside. We've also got a sports bar here as well, showing various games. You can grab yourself a drink, watch the games, see the sporting memorabilia all over the wall. Pretty cool environment in here. And these chairs are amazing. Alright, so that is the end of our time at the FIFA Museum, and that was such a fantastic activity. So interactive. That ball game sort of towards the end of the video there was amazing. 5 kind of elements to it, and then you go into the 6th round at the end with the pinball. Just a lot of fun. 24 franc, which is essentially, you know, as we said, about £22 or so. Just so much history. We learnt so much about the game, the FIFA Association as a whole, and you know, got an understanding of how the rules were made, why FIFA came to be, and what it means today. How they started just essentially doing the World Cup and the Olympics, and now they've got loads of tournaments with loads of players, bringing young players and teams up through the ranks to get them to the World Cup essentially, and just bringing a community together. Just such a good activity for you to do in Zurich. If you get a chance, we do really suggest coming out here, even if you're not a football fan. I'm not a huge football fan myself, and I really thoroughly enjoyed that, and I think Becky had a good time as well. So hopefully you guys did enjoy following us along. If you did, give us a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It really does help us out a lot, and it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button and bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos, and we'll see you on the other side. Thanks.